Hey guys, so I have more stuff I'd like you, if you are in the know about any of this, to shed some light on for me. Because again, this shit we went through, all this court shit that you may or may not know, it depends on if you're a new follower of my videos or been following them for quite some time. Neither my mom nor I know anything about what happens with conservators or anything like that. When you have a temporary conservator, but then you win the case, and anybody out there, if you can shed some light, I would appreciate it. Can my mom's former temporary conservator take his own sweet time returning my mom's money to her? Okay? It's a lot of money. He was collecting her monthly Social Security. He started off with he paid the lawyer, and he has approximately $11,000 in my mom's right now, okay? A couple weeks ago she calls. He's treating her with hostility. A couple weeks ago she called him, and he goes, I have to do something for a couple weeks. I'll take care of this in a couple weeks. Now, know what he's saying to her? Know what he's saying to her, people? This could take 4 months. Why don't you sign a document stating that you will agree to whatever I decide, and then it could speed up the process? Fuck you. I said, Mom, don't you dare do that. Do you realize what he's trying to do? Sign a document that you'll agree with. That's ridiculous. Do you realize what he's trying to do, people? He's a fucking sleazebag. They're all sleazes. They're all sleazes. The whole government, the whole everything. Our government, everything. The court system is all corrupt. It's all okay. He's full of shit. When I talked to that friggin' security at my mom's bank where he still had, that's where she had her former account, and he hadn't actually closed it, I guess. He had closed it, but he still kept the same bank. And they're like, I'm going to talk to him, and if he doesn't turn over the money, or he doesn't do something in a couple days, well, now he's saying it's going to take 4 months. He's trying to get my mom to sign something that she'll agree to whatever he decides. He didn't even do much, okay? He didn't do much the entire time. He didn't pay her bills. He didn't pay a single bill. What did he do? He went to court once or twice. He didn't do much at all. He certainly didn't earn $11,000, okay? He's given my mom the runaround. What are our recourses? Okay? He tried to forward the mail. It didn't work out. Okay? That has to do with Auntie and her particular thing that she has that my mom had been forwarding to her, and it couldn't be, the mail couldn't be forwarded. So Auntie paid all the bills. It didn't matter because, as you know, Auntie had the bulk of the money anyway. And in the beginning, the lawyer told us all, this conservator's good. He realizes he's not doing much. He's not pushing it. Because if he really wanted to know what was going on, he could have found out what was going on, okay? And he could have insisted that Auntie make it so he does get all the bills. He could have called up each bill individual if he wanted to. Bottom line, he didn't pay any of the bills. He has a lot of money in my mom's. What are our recourses? What should we do? What can we do? Okay, so it dragged out in court for 7 months, but we finally won this case of family versus the state. The courts appointed a temporary conservator to handle my mom's finances. This conservator closed my mom's bank account and collected her monthly Social Security checks. My mom's former conservator currently has approximately $11,000 of my mom's money and claims that he has to do all sorts of things, including posting a write-up in the newspaper. I thought he just had to turn stuff into the court. No, now he's saying he has to post it in the newspaper. I mean, this is bullshit. He's telling him all this. He's hostile towards her. She calls him. Oh, my God, people, just tell me. What's going on here? Please tell me if you know. He claims he has to do all sorts of things, including posting a write-up in the newspaper before he will be able to return to my mom the remainder of her money, after he, takes whatever he deserves to get paid. Why is it so complicated? He's not anything to her anymore. He has all her money. Why is it so complicated? Why is it not, he turns into the court a list of his expenses, and you know what I mean? Why is it so fucking complicated that he says it's going to take like 4 months? You tell me, people, because I don't understand, and neither does my poor mother, okay? When my mom calls up her former conservator, he treats her with hostility. My mom's temporary conservator never actually paid a single one of my mom's monthly bills. He did attempt to change my mom's address to his address, but since my mom had already been forwarding her mail to her sister's business address, she can't legally forward mail from a business address. He never actually received any of my mom's bills, and my aunt ultimately wanted to pay my mom's bills as my aunt had been doing. Okay, this was a very complex case, too complex to list all the details here. I just want to know what the deal is. Not only did this jerk, and yes I can justify call him this, rudely tell my mom that it could take 4 months before she sees a dime of her money, but he also tried to trick my mom into signing a document stating that she would agree to whatever he decided he should be paid for services rendered. Who would ever sign something like that? Who? He thinks he can fuck with my mom because she's mentally ill. I don't know. Who would sign something like that? I'm going to agree to whatever you say. You have all this money of mine. You didn't do much during the 7 months you were my conservator, temporary conservator, but I'm going to sign a document to speed up the process. Fuck you, you asshole. It's been 5 weeks since my mom won this case and was deemed competent to manage her own financial affairs, but neither my mom nor I understand at all how this process works, where my mom's former temporary conservator still has a large chunk of money belonging to my mother, and just as an aside, he has fucking $11,000 of hers, and the lawyer's going after my mom instead of getting the money from him. What the fuck is up with that either? Whatever. What's up with that? It's not even that much. It's under 1,000. And she's asking my mom for it instead of getting it from him. He didn't earn $11,000 during those 7 months. It's impossible. He didn't do much. He didn't do shit. He didn't pay the bills. He visited Auntie once to collect the statements from that bank account that she had. You know what I mean? He visited my mom. You know what I mean? He did that. He went to court, I think, once. He didn't do much. The fucking bitch attorney's going after my mom instead of going after him for that small amount that she still owed. Do you believe that shit? And my mom bows down. I said, Mom, why don't you tell her to get it from him? Well, she keeps asking me for it, Laura. You know, It's been 5 weeks since my mom won this case and was deemed competent to manage her own financial affairs. But neither my mom nor I understand how this process works. My mom's former temporary conservator still has a large chunk of money belonging to my mother. We and my family also wish to make sure my mom's sleazy former conservator doesn't lie about what activities he performed as her conservator. My family wants to make sure everything winds up being fair for all involved. Alright, people, so you tell me if you know. If you have any insight, if you know anything about shit like this, please enlighten me so I can enlighten my mom. I already told my mom we should get our asses down and see a free attorney. But, you know, can't do that over the weekend. I really want to know from you guys if you know anything about what's going on here. If you do, please enlighten me, because I don't have a fucking clue. Right, Omar? Right? My cutie pie, my poo-poo. My poo-poo, huh, Omar? And a lot of poo-poo. I told you, man, the video hadn't gone this morning. I told my mom she was going to leave me a note. This is what he's saying to her now. He's just giving her the runaround. I don't know. Saying it could take 4 months. Is that true? Is that really true? I don't know anything about this legal shit, people. I can't even believe any of this happened, as you guys know, when you've been following me for the past all those months that I was in hell. Now I'm no longer in hell, but if I start doing this personalized shit for real, like I was doing, you know, years ago, whatever, I mean, I could... Like Selena says, it's so easy. You can wind up with a friggin' psychopath or whatnot and not even know it. I don't know, there's no solution. At least not unless I just want to remain celibate forever and all alone forever, then there's no fucking solution, you know?